Hi, and welcome to Tabletop Gaming, the home of cool things like this, the magazine, the website, the podcast, the YouTube. Make sure you subscribe, thanks so much. But today, with me, Charlie, we're going to be taking a look at some cool things. At least I hope so. To give you some context, sometimes I get sent things without any explanation or sort of pre-warning that they're coming, and this was one of those. So I had a quick look inside, saw what it was, and thought, do you know what, let's open this on camera. Now, whilst I, of course, am the perfect specimen of fitness, I was surprised to receive something that was Flex, which is NBA-related game. This is Flex NBA, and there's a whole range of things about it that I think are very cool, so let's have a look. So, inside here, it's very nicely made pack. If I unfurl, you can see Flex NBA. Assemble the greatest team in the basketball universe. Yep, I know loads about sports. This is good for me. Anyway, I'm probably going to do a butchering of unboxing this and not being excited enough about the basketball-related things that are truly exciting. Please correct me in the comments. Let me know why I should be excited. Let me know the bits that I am missing, because otherwise I'm just going to be ridiculously excited that they seem to have sent me, like, a hat? I have a beanie. Oh, it's got a tag on the top. Oh, we don't need that. Get that gone. Oh, and now there's just a little plastic bit. Delightful. I am a professional, but a professional with a hat. Okay, so don't I look absolutely delightful? So we have a couple of stickers, perhaps. I mean, the way to my heart is through stickers, and these ones are also metallic, but I have 3 of them. I don't know what I'm going to do with those. We then have, so the smaller part that was tucked into the hat itself is Flex NBA Individual Player Flexagon. Flexagon? Please remove the protective film. Interesting. Should we have a look at that one first? Yeah, why not? That's a small one. Let's have a quick look and see what's inside here. And then maybe either in the comments you can let me know, or I can find out as we go through what this actually is. This is presumably one of our characters? I mean, the things that I remember from the Kickstarter originally, and from sort of bits and bobs that I've seen, is this is a sort of AI-enabled style game. So you register your characters, you'll use them to build almost like fantasy football, I guess, to create this whole team that you're going to be moving forward with. So I imagine that's what it is. The fact that it's a strange-sized hexagon style shape does surprise me, but there's nothing wrong with that. It's just a little bit unusual. And this is supposedly the game itself. So this itself is a starter kit. This is where you're supposed to begin, and it's augmented reality, so that's what we're expecting here. And this is first mint. How very exciting. So to give you an idea, this fuses professional sports with the latest in digital technology, created in partnership with the NBA. So that's nice. So at least we know we're sort of playing with the big boys here. To play, you assemble your dream lineup of rising stars, MVP, all-stars, and more, then watch them come to life during each turn of the game. Nice, okay. So this is apparently the deluxe edition. There are 5 extra NBA Flexagons added to this box, so that's what this was. This was a Flexagon. So the set now contains 10 player Flexagons, 4 FX tiles, and 1 full board court game, as well as some other little bits and bobs that you can see in here that it has with it. So let's take a look inside. Let's see what we can expect from this. I can already see dice on the picture on the back, so I'm hoping there's dice because I understand what dice are. Basketball, I've got no idea. Having said that, I will play Wingspan without being a bird expert. I don't necessarily believe that prior knowledge is required on basically any of the games. Most recently we took a look at, what did we do? Nemo's War. I am not an expert in Jules Verne or undersea exploration. We've had a look at Dinosaur World. I've seen Jurassic Park plenty of times, but I don't necessarily know how to run a theme park. There's a lot of options here. Okay, so what have we got? Please remember to remove the protective film from all of your player tiles. An instructional video and downloadable instruction manual can be found, and they've given us a QR code. What do we do without QR codes? There is a quick start guide, which seems pretty simple. Roll the ball die to see who goes first. I do quite like this format of do this, then this, if this, then this. Marvellous. Now, ooh, this surprises me. This is quite small. How many players is this for? Presumably 2. Yes, it is 2. I wonder whether you both need one of these in order to be able to play, or does this give you everything you need? Because I feel like this is one side of a player board, right? So you'd expect it to lay with the other side? Well, let's continue to find out. Okay, so interesting factoids immediately. We don't have an instruction booklet. It is all and only available through that download that I showed you earlier. We do have a sort of quick start guide, so your play actions, your options, ice cold, dazzled, schooled, shook, overmatched, and sort of different options they have. A terminology explanation. So flex tiers. Players' tiles list 2 to 3 tiers available in flexes. Tier 1 flexes can be used at any time. Higher tier flexes require them to be unlocked. Fair enough. And damage that we take as well. So, interesting? Is that how damage? I mean, don't get me wrong. I thought basketball was a non-contact sport. Perhaps not the way that me and my friends play it, but even so. Okay, let's have a look at who we've got here though. So bear in mind these will look slightly out of kilter because they've got a covering on them to protect them. I'm not going to take the covering off because I want them to remain protected, but we've got quite a few in here that I think we can just have a go through, and basketball fans hopefully will recognise. So we'll just go through these nice and quickly while I natter in the background so that you can tell me who these ones are and how fun they are. Now on the back of these there is a barcode with a code in that I believe you use once you download the app in order to play this, to register your person as to who they are and what they do. And that you own them is the other thing, because presumably these will be collectible given they've already expanded. Also on the back of these are sort of your abilities, I guess. So some of them, they all seem to be different. Everyone has different things and then different numbers, so different things that come out of there as well. And we end on PJ Tucker. He's there. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're 10 plus that additional one that we had, the individual player one. I wonder if that's the logic that this is going to be like a collectible, you know how like baseball cards are in sport, but actually you can sort of make more use of them. We have 2 dice. We have a red one, this will be our, or orange one, sorry, I should say, this will be our ball dice, and this will be sort of what's happening, so the effects that you're able to contain or to gain from, that's the wrong terminology, you know what I mean. And then at the bottom here we have, and then finally at the bottom we have these tiles, so we have the Playmaker, for example. So it says on the back, this key unlocks a higher tier flex. Pick your OPP for this turn, unless taunt is active. What else have we got? We've got a Can't Phase Me. Interesting. Pick a player tile to gain immunity to status FX for 2 turns. So these are sort of how well your players are necessarily doing. So this is Flip Jones, the coach. All active and bench tank, power, hustle, defensive, and high IQ types regain 20 CP. And finally, nice kicks. Take an additional turn, pick your OPP for this turn, unless taunt is active. Now, the interesting thing with this is they clearly expect you to collect more, because we've got a lot of empty spaces. So we've got, these by the way came in 2 apart from 1. So we had 1 package that had 1 in, and these had others. So we've got plenty of space both in these ones and in this final one as well. These will presumably be filled by these in different increments, but whether there's enough to warrant all of them, don't know, possibly. But there's plenty here, so I wonder what these are for and what they're expecting you to purchase more of. New techniques, new versions, new ways to play. Okay, so after watching a very quick sort of overview of how you play, it does seem that you will both need these because you will build your own teams. So this starter set isn't just for one person, you will need the other to have their own that sits on the other side. Now of course this is all about scoring points, so that can be dependent on a lot of actions that you take, a lot of preventative measures you take for the other side, and it does also confirm that yes, you will be needing to purchase more to expand your team. Now as much as that's a mechanic I don't particularly enjoy, I don't like that you have to continue to buy additional things in order to get what you're after. I am also a Pokemon player, so that is precisely what that does. I think if you are a fan of NBA, this is one that's worth checking out. It's a nice merger between sort of our usual tabletop and the sort of augmented reality, bringing it up off the tabletop, and I'm intrigued by this. But as a non-basketball expert, I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you know more, I would love to know. Is this exciting to you? Is this something that ticks a lot of boxes for you? let me know in the comments. Now, if you want to hear more about things that we do know more about, because this is outside of my comfort zone, do check out Tabletop Gaming, both the website and the magazine. It is delightful. It is full of players telling you exactly what's cool this month, what's happening, what's new, people we're talking to, interviews and such. This isn't even the latest one. This is just, our current one has gone to print, and by the time this video is out, it will be a new one. I'm sorry. But be sure to check it out. Let me know your thoughts, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.